So Matthew Salata, thank you for your question. He's asking, what was the grind like as an amateur bodybuilder when my main focus wasn't bodybuilding? I had to work and do all life things and still try to compete at the highest level as an amateur. Guess what? It hasn't changed at all. My life is still the same. I still have to hustle. I'm not Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman. I don't make $1 million a year or whatever. I still need to hustle. I still work every day. I train clients every day. I do online preps. I'm still very busy working, just like I was as an amateur. Now, when I was an amateur, you're talking 20 years ago, 15 years ago, there were less opportunities, as far as the internet and being able to reach people around the country, around the world. So now the opportunities are much, much more. Every day I get new messages asking to prep, to do a diet, to do consultation. So the opportunities are huge now compared to as an amateur. But the grind is still the same. I don't have a luxurious life where I can sit back and just eat, sleep, and train. I still need to hustle just like I did as an amateur. So that's the answer. There's very, very little that's different. Maybe I internalize it a little better today. I think I can enjoy it a little better today. But my goal as an amateur was never to be a pro. I was not that guy where you were like, oh, I'm going to get my pro card. I want to write it on Instagram, IFBB pro, We didn't have that stuff back then, and I didn't care about a pro card. In fact, those who know me, I've won my pro card 4 times. I turned it down 3 times. Now, had we been going by today's standards, I would have won it 7 times. Because I won 3 USAs as well, class wins. So that's 4 plus 3 USAs would be 7. Damn, 7 pro cards. I didn't even want it. I didn't, back then, the king was Ronnie Coleman, and Jay was chasing him. There was no 202, 210, 212 class. There was none of that. And I knew I didn't stand an ice cream's chance in hell at standing with Jay and Ronnie. So I didn't really understand. I would rather move up a weight class and compete against guys my own size at the amateur level. I wanted to be the best I could be in my weight division. So my goal was never to be a pro. There was never any stress on me to try to be something. I was something. I was working hard. I was making money. I bought a house. I did a lot of great things within my own realm. So pro bodybuilding was never the goal. It wasn't until I turned pro, I did a few pro shows, that I realized, wow, I could really do something here. I could make something just being me. Keep working hard, keep improving, getting better to the point where I could be one of the best in the world, where I could be one of the very best at what I do. And then more opportunities started happening as far as traveling and appearances and, meeting fans and meeting new friends and people, seeing the world. I've seen almost every country in the world because of bodybuilding. So I absolutely love it. But the grind is still the exact same. I'm still hustling today, if not more than I was back then, because now I'm spending hours a week doing video promos and doing all this social media stuff. I have so much more requirements. It used to be you'd get signed by a company and they could just use your image, and you'd have to do appearances, but not many. Now they have a list of stuff you need to do every week. They have lists of appearances that you need to be at. So people that are complaining about not having sponsorships and so-and-so's got a sponsorship. It's not what you think. It's not like you sit at home being jacked and getting a check. Now they see like, oh, we're paying you? You have a spare minute? You better get up and film something and do something. Put on a shirt, put on a hat, go stand in the street and wave to people. You know, whatever it may be, it's not what you think. So you gotta hustle. And I'm hustling harder today than I ever have. Listen, I love it. I love what I do. I have these opportunities. But it's never what you think. You know, we're not just sitting around. Even the highest paid guys, you'll notice Phil Heath doesn't have a sponsorship anymore. Because, you know, they were paying him pretty well, but they may have been asking him to do things he didn't want to do. And he wasn't ready to do those things. I don't know the insides of that story, but the point being is even Phil Heath, these top guys in the world, have to hustle or they're not getting that check. So anyway, I hope that answers the question. It's no different. I'm hustling harder today than I ever was. And I'm really doing the same thing. I'm still training people. I'm still working. I love my life, but it's far from glamorous. So keep that in mind. You know, all you people out there that want to be a pro. I want to be a pro. I want my pro card. For what? For what? I mean, unless it helps you to market your business a little bit better, that's great. But the chances of you making money at a show are slim to none. The chances of you making money through sponsorship is slim to none. There are people in social media that you don't even know that make way more money than all the pro bodybuilders combined, just because they have 16 million followers. You know, so you got to be savvy. It has nothing to do with how good you are at bodybuilding. The pro card is irrelevant unless you can utilize it to make money, to make a living for yourself. So keep that in mind. I hope this helps answer your question. This is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. All right?